Morning, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. And those that in the UK had a nice week off with their children last week. Back to school today, thankfully. Bit of peace and quiet just for a few hours. So I thought I'd come on and do this memory wire bracelet that I've been promising you. This is one I made last week. And we're going to sort of recreate this, but we're going to mix it up a bit because I don't want exactly the same bracelet again. I'm using these little rondelles, like a salmony colour, opaque, these gold disc spacer beads, okay, and then with these brown ones here, these opaque ones again, I'm actually changing these for a different bead. I'll show you those in a minute, but I am using the same spacers, but again, as I said, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to put the disc ones with these beads and these with these beads and change the middles just so that I don't have exactly the same bracelet. I've got 3 loops on this bracelet, as you can see, and you literally just wrap it around your wrist. Really easy to make, great for beginners, but when you're dealing with memory wire, you are going to need some memory wire tools, only because the memory wire is really hard, really strong. Obviously it's called memory wire because it just pings back into place, okay, so it's very strong metal. So you are going to need, don't ruin your normal cutters, you are going to need some memory wire cutters. Okay, you can get these off Amazon, Bead Along, craft shops. I know Hobbycraft in the UK do. I think they do them. You have to have a look, but yeah, you should be able to find them quite easily. And then I've got these Bead Along bail makers, whatever they're called, and they're just easier on the hard wire. Okay, so you're going to need those. You're going to need a couple of pairs of pliers as well with a flat inside so that you're not marking. That's just to open and close a couple of jump rings. It's only 2, so not a lot. So I'm using this excuse me, this memory wire. It is 0.6 millimeters. There's 100 pieces per bag, so that means 100 loops. It is all joined, so you will need to cut it apart. And it says on here for ages 5 and up, or 5 and over, sorry, it says. So but I've got quite big wrists and I can wear this. Let's just get it on. I have got a bit of swelling in my wrist because of my arthritis, so I've got big wrists anyway, but they're just even bigger at the moment. So yeah, when it's on, it just stacks nicely like that. And then you've got the charms. I've got a little ladybird there and a leaf up the top. Okay, so yeah, nice and easy, very easy to make, but as I said, you are going to need some decent tools for this. So what else I've got? Sorry, let's go through everything. I've got some charms. I didn't have another ladybug, so I've got a little bird cage with a little birdie on it and another leaf for my charms. I've got these different sized stop erming, Mandy, and talk jump rings. Okay, so I will probably be using these, one of these sizes here. I've got these disc spacer beads in gold. I've got like these little diamond spacer beads in gold too. And I'm changing the brown beads in the centre of the bracelet for these rondelles. Pretty. And again, I'll be using the rondelle spacer beads, and they've got some little orangey, browny gemstones in them. Okay, And then I've got these beads, which are 6mm, and they're again like another browny peachy colour. And then I've got these opaque ones, which are, I think these are about 6mm and these are 4mm, and these big brown ones I'm using, they're 8mm. Okay, so that's what we're using. So let's get on with it, shall we? Put everything out of my way and let's get going. So the first thing you need to do is cut your memory wire to size. You don't have to have 3 loops, you can have 2 loops, you can have 10 loops if you want, depending on the look you're going for. Oh, let me have a look to see if this has already got 3 loops on it. Let's find the end. Ooh, I might get away with that. Just get this out. Yeah. 1, 2. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just start from the beginning, shall we? So find the end of your wire, which can be a nightmare. Don't pull it too hard, otherwise it all gets looped up together. So just try. There's my end. There it is. Such a pain. Okay, so there's my end, and I want 3 loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, and I am going to cut it just past where this one is. Oh, told you this can be a nightmare, this stuff. Right, where's the end? There's my end. Hang on. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 loops, and we're going to cut this just about there. It doesn't matter if you cut too much, because we can sort that out. Now, which one was I using? Not that one. So let's put that out of the way. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, let's move that out of the way, is make a loop on one of our ends so that our beads don't fall off. So here's my end. Now, I am going to turn, I'm going to use the big bail on here. I'm going to hold it straight to make sure there's no, and I am going to twist it towards me, and you do have to put a bit of pressure on because, as I said, it's memory wire, it is tough. Just keep turning that loop until it meets the other side. Straighten it up if you need to. Yeah, bend that a bit. So I'm just going to use my pliers just to straighten that out a bit. That's it. Okay, so you want a nice loop. I will, once I've got my beads on, well actually I might do it now. Using the wrong end. I need to just squish that down a bit. Okay, so that is completely closed and your beads can't fall off. Alright, so then find your other end. Okay, and all we're going to do is start feeding our beads on. Now the way I do it, you don't have to do a pattern like I've done. You can just do random, however you want to do it, okay? But what I've done is I've started with these beads and spacers, and I've gone all the way round so that it meets on the other side. So you do a full loop, okay, of one pattern. Now I am going to mix this up a bit. As I said, I don't want exactly the same bracelet, so I'm using these beads, but I'm going to use these. Oh, and I'll just tip them everywhere. I'm going to use these spacers instead. Okay, so let's find these beads, and we're going to use these. So let's just, we've got some there already. Tip them out. Get rid of them. Get some of these out ready, and we're just gonna. Some of them get stuck together, but yeah. Okay, so again, from my end, and you can make your loops at the end as big or as small as you like. So oh, there's a little heart in there. Let's stuck together. So I'm actually going to start with this little 6mm bead, and then I'm going to put a spacer on, and I'm going to do that all the way round till it meets itself. Ooh, just let them fall. You can scoop them up with your wire if you want to, but I can't do that. I've got glasses on today as well, I can see. Theoretically, anyway. So keep going all the way round. Let your beads drop. I might fast forward this bit if I can find how to do that, just so that you don't have to sit. I mean, you can sit here if you want to. If you're new to this, you might. I like to see things all the way through when I'm learning. So just push your beads down all the way up to that loop, so you know where you are. Find your end. Where did I end? I ended with a spacer. So oh, completely missed a hole there. Oh, come on, Mandy. That one. Let's get it. That one's okay. Another one down. Nice crystal one. All sparkly and lovely. Let's go. Do this. Make sure your pattern's right. Okay. Let your beads fall down. Get that one as well. Okay, so we've nearly done a full loop there. So I'm going to carry on. Okay, let's get them down. Okay, as you can see, we've nearly done a full loop there. So I'll just go just after the first bead. So I need a spacer. And a spacer. Let's see what that does. Okay. Oh, put some more here. Yeah, make sure you bring all your beads down. That's not quite a loop, so I am going to put a couple more on there. What did I end up with? A spacer, bead, spacer, oh, bead, spacer. Okay, so as you can see, that is now a full loop, and I'm going to put one more bead on there, and then I'll be happy. Okay, just to get that full loop. That just passes on the other side. Okay, see that? Right, simples. So let's put this away, and then we can start on our next row, our next loop, I should say. So as I said, I have changed up the bead. Oh God, I'm making such a mess. Everything is everywhere. I cannot do anything without making a mess, I'm telling you. I move things out of my way thinking if I put them over there, then I can't tip them out. But, oh, I can. There. Let's tidy that up a bit. So now we are going to use these beads and these spacers to do our next row. So again, find the end of your memory wire. I ended with a bead, so I'm actually going to start with a rondelle spacer, then a bead, and just the same easy pattern. You can't go wrong with this. So simple, brilliant for beginners. And you can use any colours, any spacer beads you want. As I said, you can just do a random mix of beads rather than, you know, a pattern. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing with these. I'm just going to keep feeding them on until they meet each other on the other side. I'll count the beads afterwards to give you a rough idea of how many beads you'll need, but I don't usually count. I just put them on until I'm happy with their position. I do things by eye rather than measuring. Okay, let your beads drop again. So that's what they're looking like so far. Keep pushing it all the way round and keep feeding on your beads till they meet. If I don't run out of these spacer beads, I should be okay. Again, keep feeding your beads on to your wire. And let them fall so you can see how many you've got, and not many left. I do need some more rondelles though, Did I end with a bead? Yeah. Hope I've got some more. Let me grab my little tub. Do you know what? I don't think I have. Not that colour. Oh no. How many have I got left to do? Let's have a look. I'm sure I haven't got any spilled out anywhere. Let's see how far that is. Oh, it's not quite there. It's not quite there. But I think I'll be able to get away with it. Okay, so we're going to end that there. It's not quite meeting, but I've run out of the spacer beads. So what I'm going to do now is finish the whole wire off with these beads and these spacers. Okay, so I finished with a bead. I'm going to start with one of these little diamond. You see that? Pretty spacer beads. And I'm going to go all the way round to the end. Now, because these spacer beads are quite wide, you shouldn't need as many beads. Feeding and feeding. I really need to order some new spacer beads. And I'm always ordering beads, but never think to order all the spacers and things. So my stock is low. Get that one out of the way because I keep picking it up. Still got the string through it. So again, keep going. Fill it all the way up till you've got about 1/4 of an inch left to turn a loop. Push them all the way round. Get some more off. Over there. Okay. As I said, these are so easy to make, and when you mix your beads up, they look so pretty. Some of them. I made another one. I'll show you in a minute. Last week with some tube beads as well, so that's really pretty. Or they, because I made a couple. Let's keep going. Keep going. That one. Really nice autumny colours. I don't usually use gold, but I've been buying some goldy bits because I'm always doing silver. And I know some people don't wear silver, so I thought I'd mix it up a bit. Okay, so I think that's enough wire. Yeah, I'm not going to get any more on that. Get them out of the way before I spill them everywhere again from my little loopers. So again, do I need to cut a little bit off? Do I think maybe a little sensation off the end? No, because I've got quite a big loop on the other side. So pinch that in there, and oh, don't do that. and then twist it up towards you as best you can. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it until that loop is touching the other side, and you can push it into your bead without snapping the bead. Okay, so I'm going to use these just to push that in like that. That's it. Okay, and that's what I was going to do this end as well. Bear with me. Oh, not far too much. I've ruined my loop on this one. Let me just do this again because I have wrecked my loop on that side. That's better. Okay, so there you have your bracelet. I am going to trim that and re-loop it because it's much bigger than the other side. So I'm going to open it up a bit. I'm going to take a tiny bit off, probably about that much. Maybe turn my pliers all that way. Come on, cut. That's it. I'm just going to do that loop again. That's better. And then just squeeze the end in. That's better. That's more like the size of the other one. Okay, so that's it. That's it. And that's how simple it is to make memory wire bracelets. So all I'm going to do now is hang my charms on them. So I'm going to grab a couple of little gold jump rings. Ooh, didn't even have that in my hand, but that's not the same. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to open up my jump rings and attach my charms to my, on the end, there it is. So just twist them away from each other, add your charm, make sure you hang it on, that's one bracelet, hang it on there, make sure the charm's hanging the right way. I want it the other way, like that. Hook it on. That is a terrible loop, but practice makes perfect, as they say. And then close that, loop up, twisting it to and from. Make sure that's closed. And then do the same for your other charm. Find the end, the opening bit. Find your little charm. Make sure it's going to go and sit. Is this double-sided? Yeah, this one doesn't matter because it's the same both sides. So I'm just going to attach that. Again, close my loop. Make sure that's nicely closed. And there we have another memory wire bracelet. very simple, very quick, very easy to make. And all you do, so you've got a row of different beads on each side, and even though I've only changed one lot of beads, mixing up the spacer beads just gives it a completely different look. So, oh, let's get that one properly. So, and you can even wear them together. Wear as many as you like. Oh, twist that round, my wrists are hurting. So there you are. Beautiful, beautiful, easy to make bracelets, and you can mix the beads up for whatever outfit you're wearing. Pretty, huh? Pretty, pretty. I love the colours. I really like the colours. So simple, nice and easy to make. I've just noticed my camera's quite low down, so I hope I've got all that in the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody that watches my videos. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you very much. So I will be back sometime this week. I don't know whether to do something crafty. I haven't done anything crafty for ages. I've just not been in the mood. I'm in the jewellery making mode at the moment. So, but we'll see. I will be back. Probably make something beautiful. I might make some earrings to go with this. Very pretty. I really like that. I might not take it off all day now. So have a lovely Tuesday and the rest of the week. I will probably be back. Oh, I don't know. Probably Thursday or Friday. More than likely Friday. Yeah, I think it will be Friday. So take care, everybody. Keep safe. See you all soon. Bye bye.